I still can't get over how badass that trailer was and how cool the suit got an upgrade. And how badass Venom's gonna look in it. But anyways, hey folks, it's me, M64 Bros. Now when this trailer came out, a lot of people were screaming of hype when this came out, along with Marvel's Wolverine. And sadly, of course, they won't come to PS4, which still frustrates me at the time. Like, if you guys been a part of my channel, you know I despise Sony a tiny bit, except for Insomniac games. I love Insomniac games. Mainly because they fired my boy Andrew, and their exclusives are a pain in the ass. But all we're talking about is Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. And I'm just gonna be honest, like, if you guys been a part of my channel, you know I love Insomniac games better than Sony. It's like loving Pixar better than Disney. So yeah, the trailer announced and mentioned it will be darker like Empire Strikes Back. Now remember that name. So, what do you mean by Empire Strikes Back? Is there going to be a bad ending? Is it going to have a bad ending where the heroes fall? Well, here's my thing to tell you. Empire Strikes Back had a little bit of a dark ending where it meant like to be continued, like Han Solo got kidnapped, Luke got his hand chopped off, but the heroes were still alive during that time. Like, what I mean is Luke, Leia, C-3PO, and R2-D2 were alive during that time. So one, it could have a good to be continued emotional ending, or it could have a bad and darker ending like Avengers Infinity War. Man, I hated that quote, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. In that ending, Thanos snapped his fingers, killing almost everyone, including Spider-Man, which definitely pissed me off. He then stares at the sunset with a smile on his face. Credits. I was definitely pissed off at that ending, let me tell you there. So it could have a bad ending, or it could have a good to be continued ending, like Empire Strikes Back. So yeah, those are my two predictions, like, who are we gonna see die, or what's gonna be it like? Well, here's my predictions of what's gonna happen to the ending. Or, like, my predictions on, like, who's gonna die, or who's gonna live, or what's gonna happen in the story. Let's start off with the deaths. Alright, we've seen this awesome badass dude in Miles Morales. The Prowler has gotta be one of them. Like, we've seen this man. Luckily, Prowler didn't die in Miles Morales. But if you guys saw Spider-Verse, he did get shot in the back by Kingpin. But which was very sad in my opinion, because when I saw his death in Spider-Verse, it really brought Miles to tears. It may sound impossible, like he was sent to prison at the end of the game, but there is a slight possible chance, in my opinion, he might die in the sequel, or we don't even know what's going to happen yet. Alright, here's another death prediction. Alright, considering which Sinister Six would die in the sequel sounds like impossible, but if I were to choose one, I would choose Mr. Negative. Since Mr. Negative was a massive part in the first game, I have a feeling there's a slight possible chance he might die in the sequel. Like, one, his powers might get taken away for Venom to form anti-Venom, which is a huge theory, or alternatively, get killed by the Green Goblin. Well, that's my second death prediction. And now for number one. Okay. I know right off the bat this sounds like impossible. But hey, we've seen him die in Avengers Infinity War, and we've seen him die in Spider-Verse. So yeah, there's a slight, I would say a 50% chance we might see Peter die in the film, like in hopes of Miles to carry on his legacy, but that's just my number one death prediction. Is Peter gonna die in the film? The game. So, we don't know yet, but considering he's like the main character, but we've seen him die 2 times, and including in the Ultimate Comic, so there's a slight possible chance we might see Peter die in the sequel. Alright, let's move on. Now, those were the deaths I predict. Now, they might be wrong in the future, or they might be right. We'll have to wait and find out and see. Now for Norman Osborn. This is the PS5 concept art. Like, by the looks of it, it's getting ready to be Christmas, and we see Miles Morales in detention or something like that. I haven't seen the full concept art. And we see him backflip over a Oscorp flying... I'm assuming that's Osborn's, like, flight thing, like you see in the Green Goblin. But right here, we see the Green Goblin's look. But we don't even know what it looks like yet, like in full render. Is he gonna be bulked-ass muscled like Ultimate Spider-Man, or is he just gonna look puny, just like the other Green Goblin? I'm not sure yet, but we'll see and find out. Alright, now here's the next part. Now, everyone's talking about the suits for Spider-Man and Miles Morales, but no one's talking about what suits would we see for Venom. I mean, we don't even know if Venom's gonna be playable, but if he is, here are my suits I want to see for Venom. Number 5, of course, the anti-Venom suit. Since Mr. Negative was a main part of the role in Spider-Man PS1, we might see anti-Venom in the sequel. Number 4, his classic suit with his iconic Venom logo and the cartoons and the films as always. Number 3. Alright, I know this sounds like impossible, but considering the body proportion of Venom, but seeing his Spider-Man 3 suit in the game would be a badass idea, considering it terrified all of us when we were little when we saw Spider-Man 3. Number 2, of course, the Venom movie suit. Like, considering when we saw the teaser, it already had some veins in the trailer, but we don't even know what the full model's gonna look like yet. So yeah, having a suit from that film sounds pretty good. Number 1, Ultimate Venom from Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, I know, like, now you may think... Sorry, get my words wrong. Sorry about that. Now, if you've seen my videos about Spider-Man, you might know, and I did mention I watched Evan's video, but Ultimate Venom sounds like a marvelous idea. And also, Evan mentioned that he wants the black suit of Ultimate Spider-Man. But having a suit for Venom from Ultimate Spider-Man sounds amazing. And the purple tone as well. Alright, what else can I think of? Now I have 2 last honorable mentions before I end this video. Now we might see Carnage or some Carnage Easter egg in the game, considering we got a movie of him that released it immediately today. Sadly, I never saw the film yet, but I will see it eventually. But regardless, we could see something Carnage related in the game. Alright, No Way Home did mention a couple of new suits. So I'm guessing we might see these 2 in Spider-Man PS5, or we might get an update for them for Spider-Man PS4, like the game that's released right now. So yeah, these suits would be perfect for Spider-Man PS5. Also, if it's coming to an upgrade in PS4 eventually. So all of those were just my theories, my predictions, the suits I want, and the other stuff. The one last suit I wish for is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, which I believe is on everyone else's suit. So I hope you guys love this video. You don't have to agree with these theories if you don't want to. Those are just my theories. But if you're interested enough, these theories might interest you as well. But other than that, hope you guys liked this video. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So peace out.